Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showcasing the Lego Magnum 44, and here it is. This is my own design, and one thing I do want to mention before I start this showcase is that this revolver was really hard to recreate, and I had to go through many errors and just failures, but at the same time it was really fun to build. I do love the way it turned out, and yeah guys, let's just get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the color scheme, and I basically use black and a little bit of dark gray, a little bit of light gray, and white. But the main colors is black and white, obviously. And here it is. Here's a full view of it. It does look pretty good, and let's just talk about the grip here. The grip was really fun to make just because of the different shapes that I use onto it. And the reason I use white for the grip and not brown is because I bought these new Lego white slopes right here. I use them for the sides right here as well. And I really wanted to use them because I haven't used them yet, but I eventually used them for this. And I only had them in white, so I decided to make it white. And yeah guys, so this was a really fun grip to make. It is quite chunky, which is really good, because you could basically hold it and your hand doesn't feel as empty, so you feel more grip to it. And it's pretty heavy, which is good because this could withstand the weight of the rest of the gun. And yeah, I did do basically 4 studs here and 3 studs here. You guys can see the change in the width there. And to do this, I used some jumper plates, and I got this design from my different username, and I decided to use that, and I like the way it turned out. It does give a little detail to it. And also the plates on the side, which were made just like this. This is one section of it, and you guys can see there how I did that. I could just put these back, and I added the slopes here, which add a lot more grip to it, a lot more basically just makes it a lot more comfortable. You guys can see here, it is really nice for my hand. It is sort of in an angle. You guys can see the shape of it there. I did use these circular plates just for more detail, and another reason why I used them was because I didn't have white 1x1 tiles, so I decided to use those. And it doesn't look that bad. Kind of adds a little more color to it. You guys can see the bottom there. It was quite at some points it was quite hard to make just because of the angle I wanted back here and this front side right here. And also one problem I went through was the side plates here. I basically had to go through many different designs to make that, but I ended up with this, and it looks great. It kind of sticks out a little bit to the side there, also on the other side. And this is a 4 wide part, but this is like a 4.5, I could say. And yeah, I do like the way that turned out, and like I said, the grip is really nice. And you guys can see right here the transition of the white to the black. There's the shape, the full shape of it, and I'm not sure if this is like perfectly the right shape as the Magnum 44, but I did try my best. And also I had to make it in certain ways just to add the cylinder here. And that's the next thing I want to talk about, is the cylinder. And this isn't my design. I did look up a video for some cylinder ideas, and I ended up basically watching a video by Award Gravone. I'm not sure how you say it or how you pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure it's Award Gravone. And you can just search up cylinder designs or Lego revolver cylinder, and you'll see it. And this is the cylinder I came up with. And one thing I did like about it is that it was quite big, and it was sort of the right size for this revolver, and it wasn't too skinny, and also adds the function of the reload action, and I'll get into that right after. But you guys can see that it does spin while it's in the gun. Although the good look of it, regardless of the good look of it, it also is very fragile just because of the way that it was built. But I do enjoy it at the same time. It's quite a nice cylinder design. You guys can see here, it, like I said, it does spin here. It doesn't spin quite fast, but it is pretty fast for what it is. Also, it is 4 studs long, which is really nice. This kind of added a little trouble to the full shape of the revolver, but it doesn't look that bad. It kind of looks like the Python, but not as much. And yeah, guys, I just want to talk about the reload action here. So it does pop out. You guys can see here. It does expose the 6 bullets. And I'm not sure what type of bullet size it shoots, but here's the bullets. It does spin at a certain position here. You guys can see here. It has to be at a certain position while it's out. It can't go all the way out to here. And this is how it looks. It basically works by that design there. And it can pop back into place. So basically, just like that. And then the bullets do come out, and I'll show you guys here. There is 6 bullets, and this is basically the bullet design I had. I basically used 2 yellow bushings on each one. I was going for 3 yellow bushings there, but I didn't have enough, so I had to use gray ones. Which the bullets don't really look that great, but just for the pieces I had, I think they turned out nice. And there's 6 of these. Trying to get the angle there. There's 6 of these, and if we get the revolver here, you guys can see there is 6 holes there, and you guys can see how that broke off there. Let me just place it back. And this is just one of the things that I didn't like about this cylinder. It was just the way that is really fragile. But you guys can see there's 6 circles, and if I reload here, which is quite difficult, I'm not really used to loading revolvers. You guys can see here, all 6 fit in right there. It takes a little bit of time, and I couldn't make a speed loader for this one just because of the bullet design, and I was planning on making that, but I didn't have time to. So yeah, that's basically the reload action. Here's the faster way. There it is. So I reloaded it back. There it is. We can just push this in, and it does spin like I said. And one thing that it does have on the other side is basically this little piece right here, or this 1x6 tile right here, just to hold this in, and so it won't go far enough. And you guys can see the top view of there, of the total weapon. You guys can see the cylinder there, and you can see it on both sides. And there it is on the front view, just like that. And that's the main thing why I made this for the Magnum 44, was just because of the reload action. I never made this design, so I decided to make it on this weapon, and I'm really just happy of the way it turned out. And that's one of the main goals that I really wanted for this weapon today, and I managed to make that. The next thing is a trigger, which I don't have a functioning trigger, but it does work on a hinge right there. It doesn't reset, and I couldn't add a rubber band just because it was very skinny and there wasn't a lot of space here to do that. The trigger guard here was really tricky to make, but I did manage to make it with a bunch of hinge pieces, and you know, it turned out pretty good. Doesn't look that bad. The only thing I don't like is just the middle here, these sections where the joints are. It just looks way too skinny. But yeah, and now let's just go to the barrel, which I'm not sure what size barrel this is, but this is the barrel. It does have 2 holes right there, and it is very smooth. And if you guys look in the front of the barrel, you guys can see there the part where the bullet would come out, basically the hole of the barrel, and that looks really nice. I did use a bunch of jumper plates in this weapon all over the place. I used a bunch here. I used a bunch in the front barrel, some right here, some along here, and yeah, I used a bunch of jumper plates all over the place. And I like how the barrel came out. And you guys can see here, this is basically 2 studs wide, and the bottom and top, or the bottom and top of the barrel is 1 stud wide. You guys can see there. And also, one thing that's really cool about this weapon is the different changes in width. Basically, right here is 4 studs, and then it transfers to 3 studs right here, then up here it transfers to 2 studs. Then in the front, in the top and the bottom of the barrel, it also transfers to 1 stud. So basically it goes from 4 studs down to 1 stud, and that's really nice. I really like the way that turned out. And here's a first person view. Looks really nice on first person. And another detail I want to talk about is the hammer. And although this might not be the right design of the hammer, and one reason is because I'm not really good at making hammers, so I had to go with this design. It doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't look good when it's basically when it hits the striker. And that stud right there is a striker, which basically when you shoot this, the hammer would hit that striker and just shoot the bullet. And also it doesn't look good, but I like to keep it like that just because it looks better than when it's like this. But at the same time, it's not that bad. You know, you can see how that works. Just like that. And that's really nice. I do like how that turned out. It was quite difficult just because of the cylinder. Another thing I want to talk about is the sights. So here are the sights. You guys can see here. It looks really nice. The sights turned out pretty good. I did use some hinge pieces up here. You guys can see those. I used one of these slope pieces in the front, and the sights turned out really nice. I do like the sights. They're almost accurate. Just the only thing is the front has to be a little more skinnier, but it does look nice. I do like the way it turned out, and like I said, in first person it looks really nice. You can see the barrel spins right there. Yeah, this basically when you shoot. And yeah, that's basically it for this weapon. And one thing that I really liked about this weapon, since it was really small, I had enough towel pieces to basically cover every studs. The only studs that are basically exposed are these 2 up here, the pin. But the pin doesn't really look that bad because it kind of looks like if it would be that way. Also, more studs that are exposed. Let me see here. Oh, also there's some studs down here, but you can't really see them. Also, trying to check here. There's 1 stud exposed right there, but not a lot of studs are exposed. So basically, it makes the gun look really flush and doesn't really look that bad. And yeah, guys, this is basically it. Here's the whole view of it. It's quite big. It's not gonna lie. It's really light, although. And yeah, this is basically the Magnum 44. I am proud of this design. I am going to use this revolver or this cylinder design a lot in my next revolvers. And I do thank Award Gravone for this design here. And I really like the way it turned out. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but in another video. I don't know how long it's going to be in the next video. The next gun that I might make is probably, if I have enough pieces, the STG-44, which is a nice rifle. And I don't promise anything, but I am going to try to make that weapon. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. I'm not going to make a tutorial for this. You guys can basically maybe get the shape of it. You guys can see here. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. I do appreciate that you guys watch. And like I said, I do enjoy, or actually, that was weird. But I do appreciate that you guys watch. I do thank you guys a lot. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time in another video.